Okay, welcome to day 4 of the Chuck Ragan Facts Advent Calendar. 4. You might remember a few minutes back I told you that there's a thing called Chuck Ragan Pie, which is basically meat marinated in Guinness, and that's basically it. So I thought today I would show you how to make said Chuck Ragan Pie. So this is what you're going to need. Firstly, good music. Secondly, plain flour, which I think in America you call all-purpose flour. Butter, Guinness, whiskey, because let's face it, it's never too early for whiskey, stock cubes, carrots, shallots, you can use onions but I forgot to buy them, and then meat, and more meat. Except this is my mum's Christmas goose, I just got it out for the fun. I'm going to put it back in the freezer so I don't ruin Christmas in a minute. And lastly, you need a picture of Chuck Ragan to, to just kind of look at you and make you feel like you're doing everything right. Okay, so first things first, put on good music, because that is the law when you're cooking. Everything's going to be kind of done one-handed, which is kind of going to be difficult. Yeah, this is what I sound like, by the way. Good music.
And
that's the radio. That's British radio for you. Play. There we go. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is make the pastry. To do this, you will need a big bowl. But you don't need any other equipment. Just need your fingers and a bowl. Okay. Flour, all-purpose flour, plain flour, whatever you want to call it, in the bowl. Butter, cubed, soft, room temperature, in the bowl. Fingers in the bowl. Okay, so this is what you're after. It's like a little breadcrumby, sandy kind of thing. And then we're going to add a little bit of salt. And then you add literally a little dribble of water. Where is it? There it is. Like so. And just mix it in. And yeah, when you get to this kind of consistency, little dough, take it out of the bowl, work it just a little bit on the board, just to make sure it's all mixed in. I'm not entirely sure why I'm doing this left-handed, because I'm right-handed, and so it's going everywhere. And then you wrap it in what we call cling film. I think you guys call it saran wrap. Anyway, wrap it in that. Like so. That goes into your fridge. Like that. For at least an hour. So you gotta make that in advance. Next, we make Guinness and meat. Okay, now we're gonna make the actual pie because it's later now, so I can actually cook the thing. We've got to put the music on first. Obviously, we don't want to be ridiculous. So, good music. Okay, yeah, might have to feed, hang on. I gotta feed the cats, hang on. Yeah, shush. Shush! Okay, so the cats are fed. Okay, first thing is first. Stare at the picture and appreciate what you're about to do. Turn the music slightly down because you might not be able to hear me. Secondly, pour yourself a drink, because you can't cook. You can't cook without a drink. You just can't. And in the spirit of Chuck Ragan, we're going to have Guinness, if I can actually get it out of the... Ah! Oh, it's got everywhere! Okay, so don't be like me and get your Guinness everywhere. Like that. Guinness, Guinness, Guinness. So, while that's settling, we will clean up. We don't get Guinness all over the board. Okay, so, for the Chuck Ragan Pie, we'll do your pastry in the fridge. What you need to do first is shallots, or onions, because I forgot to buy onions, I've got shallots. Chop them, and this is where you realise that I almost know what I'm doing. Okay, shallot. That is a shallot. Yeah. Shallot, you can see my hand. Yes, you can. Okay. Cut into it. Oh yes. Yeah, I can cut shit. I can cut shit without... Obviously if you're Chuck Ragan you'd have like a special kind of hunting knife or something for this. Me, I just got a normal kind of kitchen knife. Okay, so we got carrot chopped, shallot or onion, Guinness poured, Chuck Ragan growling. Next thing you need to do is boil the kettle, which I've just done. Cats are not meowing anymore, see? And you've got a bit stock cube in here, that's Guinness. Stock cube in here. Now you want about, I think it's 300 millilitres of stock. Obviously, if you're really clever, you can make your own stock, but I couldn't bother to do that today. Okay, let that do its thing. Take a sip. Starting to like it. Right, you need a big pan. Big pan. I'm hoping I don't ruin my... Trying to ruin all my mum's best cookware. Okay. Oil. Oil. Pan oil. Don't need too much, because the meat's got plenty in there. Right, now you get the fun part. Meat. Meat. Now, obviously, this is some just braised steak. I don't know what you call it everywhere, but braised steak, like slow roasting. Anything that's like beef and is for slow roasting is suitable. Don't buy expensive meat for this recipe, because it actually doesn't work as well, and also you really are wasting your money because you're going to slow roast it, and therefore there's no point doing anything big with it. Okay, so for the purposes of this, I'm actually going to... No, I'm not actually going to keep it in the packet. Obviously, if you want to be really truthful to the spirit of the recipe, go sharpen a hunting knife and go outside and, like, you know, skin a cow, basically. Make sure you ask a farmer's permission. What you're going to do is season the meat very generously, because this is what most people don't do when they're cooking at home, is actually season stuff properly. Like, if you went to a restaurant, you would be amazed at how much salt, pepper and butter goes into your food, and that is why it tastes good. Like, I'm not kidding, and I've just run out of salt. That's not very good. Next thing you're going to do is, so look, there you go, meat seasoned. Woo. Next thing you're going to do is get that bowl again you had earlier for the pastry. I don't know where to put it. Here. This is this plain flour again, or all-purpose flour. I think that's what you guys call it in the States. I'm sorry if I'm wrong on that, but it's just flour. Anyway, what you're going to do is put all your meat in. there, little bits at a time. Give it a good dusting. This will stop it sticking to each other in the pan, and also the flour will help thicken the sauce. So you can chuck it all in, really. I mean, just flour. Okay, so pan, oil, heating up. Add to that a little bit of butter, because we're not doing things by halves here, you know. If you're going to do something, do it right. Meat, Guinness, butter, pan, you know. So yes, butter, oil, salt, pepper. Make sure it tastes good. So don't go calorie counting. Right, let that sizzle. Say that to my cat. Pebble, Cello. No, she wants the meat. Never mind. Yeah, shush, Pez. Okay. That's doing its thing. Now what I want to do is add. It's going to be interesting to do this one-handed. Add the meat, little bits at a time. I'm doing this one-handed. Right, yeah, so don't do what I'm doing and move your meat around. Just leave it the hell alone, because you want it to brown nicely. If you move it around too much, it just kind of cooks, and you get no flavour. Right, when your meat is nicely brown, take it out, put it on a plate, drain it. Well, I say nicely brown, it's like, you know, I didn't do a very good job. You put a little bit of kitchen towel to just catch that thing. Then you put in your shallots and your carrots, same pan. You can put a little bit of oil in there again just to loosen it up. Then you do something called sweating it down. So just kind of keep moving them so they don't completely cook. But you get all that lovely flavour. And trust me, there's a lot of flavour in shallots. And then you go and turn up the radio, not the radio, the CD for your favourite song on Covering Ground. And then you go take another sip of Guinness. That's good. Okay, after a couple of minutes you can add your meat back in. Okay, so the meat is in the pot. And now we get to the fun bit. Beef stock that you made earlier, still warm. Add that. Right, so all the Guinness goes in. Guinness, 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 Guinness. Look at that, beautiful. Obviously, give it a stir. Now, obviously that's like a big pile of alcoholic meat gravy right now. Now, what you gotta do, turn the dial down like to half. Look how much crap I got everywhere. Find the lid, lid on, and then you wait. But I'm gonna turn it down to 2. You gotta wait for like a good, I mean they say it's 2 hours is best if you put it on really low heat. However, if you can't wait that long, that's up to you. Just put it on a slightly higher heat and wait less. For maximum effect, take your Chuck Ragan picture and put it there. So you see, Chuck, meat, Guinness. Give it a stir every half an hour if you can. And then when you've got half an hour left, turn your oven on because you're going to need that. Oh, okay. It's been going now for like an hour and a half or something. It's pretty much there. It's nice and, sauce is nice and thick. See? Thick, glossy. Smells like Guinness, smells like meat. Awesome. Chuck's still there, chilling. Okay, so you want to put your oven on 200, which is, let me check my maths, hang on. 400 Fahrenheit, or gas mark 6 for you other people. Pastry out of the fridge. Here's mine. A little bit cracked there, which is annoying. So you want to find a pie dish. This is mine. I'm making a see-through one because then you can see what's underneath. Obviously, cut round pie dish, leave a little bit of overhang. We'll come back to that in a minute. Actually, no, we won't. We're going to leave it there. Okay, so there's pie. Lid is on top of pie. Unfortunately, my lid isn't very good. But what I can show you is if you do get it right, you can be a little bit chefy and do your little fork imprints, and it helps the pie kind of stick to the top, and also it looks nice. Oops. That brings me to my next. Dropping the fork into the pie brings me to my next thing. You have to put 2 little holes in the top so the steam can get out and stuff. And then before you put it in the oven, just got 1 egg yolk that's been beaten to crap, and then you just brush the top lightly so you get a nice golden brown colour when it's cooked. I'm good at cooking stuff that tastes nice. Not so good at cooking stuff that looks good. So, pastry, I'm disappointed in you. And there you go. And that goes into the oven for about half an hour. And the last thing you need to do is move the picture of Chuck down and kind of face him in. There he is. Face him in towards your oven, so just so you can stare at the pie, because then I think it cooks better, you know, if the pie feels generally petrified. And there you go, the finished article. Chuck Ragan Pie. My serving suggestion: a fork, the pie, 2 cans of Guinness, a picture of Chuck Ragan.